going to show you one of my go-to kid-friendly dishes. It's one of my daughter's absolute favorite meals. It's a recipe for chicken fingers that came from my mother, and we partnered with our friends at Just Bare to bring you this video. So let's get started. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken breast. You could also use boneless chicken thighs if you prefer. And they're cut into finger-sized pieces, and I pounded them just a little bit, not a lot. And the first thing I'm gonna do is dredge them in some seasoned flour. It's got plenty of salt and pepper in it, which helps to really get some flavor into the chicken right away. Make sure to get both sides coated evenly, and then just shake off any excess flour. And then I'm gonna dip it in some egg, which has been lightly beaten. And you just wanna make sure to get evenly coated in the egg as well, and then shake off any extra egg. You don't want too much egg clinging to the chicken. Move it into some breadcrumbs. And these breadcrumbs actually have Parmesan cheese and fresh oregano in them, as well as some salt and pepper. The cheese is a really great addition because it helps to really crisp up the fingers. And then just shake off any lingering breadcrumbs and put it on a clean plate. The way you can speed this up is by actually doing multiple pieces of chicken at once rather than going through the whole process for every chicken finger. So then you move them together from the flour to the egg, and then you make sure they're all completely coated in egg, and then you move them all at the same time into the breadcrumbs. Don't be stingy. This is what's gonna create the really nice crisp coating. And then you just repeat that with the rest of the chicken. There's my last piece of chicken. Everything's breaded, including my fingers. I could probably fry these at this point, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wash them, and then I'm gonna come back and fry the chicken. I'm using a cast iron pan to cook the chicken fingers because it will cook them nice and evenly. And I'm using a combination of vegetable oil and butter. The butter will help them brown really nicely, and the vegetable oil will help keep them from burning. So the butter just stopped foaming, and I can see it's starting to turn golden, so it's time to get the chicken in. I'm just gonna lay them in gently. Leave them alone at first. It's tempting to move them around and keep checking, but just let them be for at least 2 minutes. I'm just gonna peek at these and see what they look like. I want them to be really nice, deep golden brown. Not quite there yet. They're still a little bit blonde, so I'm gonna let them go a little bit longer, probably another 30 seconds to a minute. All right, now they look ready to flip. So you can see they're a beautiful, deep golden brown. I like them nice and dark, but obviously you can turn them over a little bit earlier if you'd like to. I'm just gonna flip these, and then I'm just gonna move them around a little bit to make sure that they all get coated in butter and oil on the other side. I'm just gonna peek at the other side. They look done, so I'm gonna move them over to a baking sheet that I've lined with paper towels to absorb some of the oil. Before you start your next batch, you want to wipe out the pan to get rid of any little bits of cheese that might burn. Add the rest of the oil and butter and start your second batch. My sister and I used to beg for these chicken fingers at every single birthday party growing up. They're that good. I'm gonna have a bite because I can't resist. Takes me back